Good morning, everybody. My name is Sarah Howe, and I'm one of the board leaders for Supporting Sobriety for Communities organization. As you all know, you're here today because you're here to help support the mission of North Dakota's 24/7 Sobriety Act, which is something we're going to try to implement as it's seen large success. Supporting sobriety for communities has had a tendency to find areas in which substance abuse and alcoholism are extremely present, and it's one of our main goals to eradicate these issues within communities, not only to better individuals, but the local economies, family lives, and installing this program should help us do just that. Here at Supporting Sobriety for Communities, we've decided to implement an evidence-based program, the North Dakota 24/7 Sobriety Program. The goal of this program is to lower the rate of DUIs and related incidences such as drunk driving and other crimes that might stem from that. Our goal is to establish an attack plan for those with low self-control. This would occur through 24/7 testing, just like the program name states. And this will be done with individuals wearing monitoring devices or participating in things that would check the levels of said chemicals in their body. So this can occur through urine analysis tests, breathalyzers, or CAM bracelets, which will be testing sweat every 30 minutes. This program was brought to our attention through the National Institute of Justice, and that was going to be our main source for finding information on how to go about implementing a program very similar to this for our own sake and our local communities. It was shown to be very successful with a 9% decrease, which proved to be statistically significant. I'm now going to break down the implementation and expectations we have of this program and how we're going to conduct it. So we have a logic model presented above with some colorful arrows that are grouped to hopefully make this slightly more understandable, which should show where things are going. To ensure that we have good data, we'll be using the SMART system to measure things. So what this is going to look like for our outcomes is, in the short term, we'd like 90% of individuals who participate in the program to remain sober and use those treatment programs that we've set up within the community, such as AA meetings and outreach groups. We would also like to see DUI rates drop by about 10% within the first 6 months to a year. This would be measured through the police department. Within the next 2 to 4 years, we'd like to see 80% of individuals who participated in the program to cease use of most of the things that they were using at one point, and we expect this number to be pretty high. We also expect the DUI rates will at this time have dropped by 8%, as some people will most likely have recidivized. In the long term, which is going to be 4 or more years, we'd like to see 70% of individuals still participating in those local AA groups, and if necessary, using certain devices to hold themselves accountable that we would be providing through this program or helping them get a hold of at a lower cost. DUI rates, we would also like to see having dropped permanently at around 6% with those same individuals or within that exact county. So once again, these outcomes are going to be measured in this 6-month to 5+ year range through sweat testing every 30 minutes with the CAM bracelets, BAC and urine analysis conducted every 12 hours. These are going to be measurable things as well. They are achievable, as there was a good success rate in the prior study showing 9% success rate. It is relevant because many of the communities we work to impact are very troubled with substance abuse and alcohol consumption. And the time-based results are something we can look at with the 6-month to 1 year span, and then the 3 years and so on. To ensure productive results, 1 to 2 night punishments will be established for overnight incarceration for those individuals violating this. This could mean testing positive on a breathalyzer, CAM bracelet, or urine analysis test. Those breathalyzers cost on average $2 per day, the bracelets $6, urine analysis is $30 total with $25 for the laboratory cost. And then the drug patches are going to be around $60. We've decided to opt out of those as we don't find that would be cost effective for most of the individuals involved. We'll be measuring the outcomes and the changes through the DUI rates, and we'll be working with the local police department. As you can see, as the activities and participants on the logic model, we have arrows pointing to those in that pink color. One of the biggest things I'd like to stress is we want to maintain open communication. This occurs all the way from the inputs category to the long-term outcomes of the process. So, for example, obtaining necessary supplies, coordinating how to get breathalyzers, urine analysis, and CAM bracelets. That's all going to work with sponsors and dealers, and we're going to be using our administrative and program staff to help with that. Training substance abuse collectors, proper procedures. If a test comes back positive, we're going to deal with the police departments, and the program and administrative staff is going to work with that, as well as our community partners. Another large important factor is seen under the activities section, where we mentioned developing support systems to ensure the likelihood of substance abuse being low. This is going to come and play into the community partners again, as well as administrative staff and police departments. It really targets almost all of the groups involved with the program and helping those convicted of DUIs get better. This will also lead into the outputs category of individuals who failed the program or struggled. We want a goal to identify those factors that led them to failure, and put them back through the program to try and get the best possible outcome for both them and us. We will also be working with community partners to make sure 24/7 reporting is occurring and errors aren't present on anyone's devices or what they're testing. This can be measured in going to AA meetings, the laboratories that are running the urine analysis, patches, and those bracelets, if anything goes wrong with those, so these individuals have someone to report to. Program and administrative staff will also have to keep up with the 24/7 reporting, because it's necessary that we have that information on file if anything goes wrong with the individuals or with the technology, if you will, that we're using, such as those bracelets and breathalyzers. In the end, I would like all of you to be very well trained and educated in order to help train the individuals who are coming on so they understand the process and how it works, from receiving the bracelet to wearing it, to what happens if it malfunctions, to who they call, when they should check in. All these things are very important to ensure that the data collected is accurate and we're giving each individual the best possible chance of success, which is really important for us as a company. This program is going to be conducted in a quasi-experimental design format, where we're going to collect data on probation violations, rearrests in those who have maybe wound up in a hospital, where we would find that they tested positive one way or another. And that data will be collected from community partners as well as the local police department with DUI rates and accidents. Anything involving alcohol or substance abuse issues where that would be reported, we can utilize that data. We've made some positive assumptions about the program, such as the low cost being economically friendly to those struggling with substance and alcohol abuse, as well as the community's concern with welfare of individuals and wanting to help. Some external factors that might be slightly more negative that we've decided to concentrate on that might be out of our hands are if the program was privatized by somebody and used as a money-making scheme, as well as utilizing grants and funds that may be available, and that might be something we want to explore. We're hoping that community involvement is going to be high, as that's something that would help impact us in a positive manner. On the off chance it's not, and people are a little struck down by how the substance abuse has affected their communities, our goal is to come in with support groups to aid in resolving that, and then hopefully get more participation from within the community. Economically, we might be hindered due to the cost of some of these products to individuals, depending on how low income certain areas are, but we've taken in the option for grants and funds, as previously mentioned, to help assist in that cost and look for other alternative methods. In conclusion, this is a really great program. The North Dakota 24/7 sobriety program has proven extremely well, with over 9% decrease in DUIs and reoffending, as reported by local police departments where this was previously enacted. it is with those simple reminders that I would like to thank you all for coming and listening to our initiative and plan of attack on how to implement the 24/7 North Dakota Sobriety Program. It's very important to us, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.